Good morning. It's another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Welcome to JJ and Daddy's Home Fitness channel. Today we do a full leg workout. Leg push and pull. Involves the ultimate sandbag. You can also use a loaded backpack or rucksack. Link will be in the description for ultimate sandbag down below, and go rucksack. Once again, just gonna keep it short and sweet. Skip over the warm-up. Warm-up was more similar to yesterday's at the start of it, and then moved to floor movements. The exercises today started off with some lateral walking. So we did front-loaded lateral walking. Hips were pushed back, knees were bent, about 45-degree angle, and toes are turned in toward each other, and you just step out as wide as you can, and then step with feet close together, trying to keep the toes turned in towards each other. What that does is shuts down your TFL muscle on the front of your hip and activates your glutes in the back. Glute medius mostly, glute medius, glute minimus. And then from there went directly, no rest, after going back and forth across the floor in the room 5 times. Did squats. So front-loaded squats, 10 of those, 10 squats with the bag on one shoulder, and then 10 squats with the bag on the other shoulder to make a complete set of 30 squats. Moved on from there, did front-loaded RDL or Romanian deadlift, and since it's front-loaded, it's called a front-loaded good morning. So that deadlift, it focused mostly on the hamstrings, right? Keeping the back straight, chest out, and holding the bag high on the collarbone the entire time. And watch yourself. If you have a mirror, try not to round over at the back or lose the curve of your back and fold forward. Just hinge from the hips, bend the knees slightly. And then we had the step up, right? The step up. So I used the middle step on the step ladder. It's a lateral step up, right? So you step, and I brought my foot that I'm stepping up and down with in front of the other foot on the step, right? And that was a front-loaded, or that was a side-loaded step up. So I put the weight on the same side of the leg that was stepping up and down, and then my working or weight-bearing leg stayed on top of the step the entire time through 10 reps each side. Then I did another hamstring posterior dominant exercise, some glutes in there too, right? Kept the knee bent at 90 and the heel on top of the step, and then tucked the other knee and went up and down. I held Jacoby because he was getting a little rambunctious and he wanted to play, so I held him and did some presses with him. But you can use a sandbag or a backpack and put it on your hips at that point and just hold it over the hips to give you some resistance. And I went on the second step up, but you could go on the bottom step, and I did 10 on each side of that, and then finished off by doing a side plank. It's an adduction side plank, so the hip adduction is involved because I went to put my top foot on the bottom step and then just squeezed my inner thighs on the step there bottom foot kind of floating below the step and top foot firmly placed on the step, right? And you want to try and keep your hips in alignment and come up into that side plank, right? What you should feel is that top leg definitely working on the inner thigh, that inside of the leg there, those adductor muscles should be firing. And also the bottom leg you should feel a little bit as well, just trying to fight across over gravity there, but not falling down to the floor or moving around a lot. I'm going to hold that plank, a good 20 to 30 seconds on each side, and you could do that for 2 rounds. Anything involving the step ladder, you probably want to take down the weight a little bit on the bag, the step up, the hip thrust from that middle step or bottom step. If you weight that with the bag, you might want to take the weight down, and then also the finishing up that last exercise. If you want to do those in a series and just do 2 sets of those each, and try and do the first series 3 to 4 sets, this should be a really good one for you today. I'm really feeling my hamstrings, and I usually don't feel the workout that much the day after, but I'm really feeling them today, and I'm sure it'll be way more tomorrow. But enjoy the workout today, guys. Have a great one. And tune back in tomorrow. Like and subscribe down at the bottom. Take care.
Da. Ha. Ha. Da. 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 Ha. Ha. Da. 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 Ha. Ha. Da. 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 Ha. Ha. Da. Da.